Hey everyone, welcome back. Another video, another anime review. Yes, as you can see once again the screen is black again for some reason, so just try to bear with me here, alright? This is my review of Dog and Scissors because the series is finally coming to an end. I just a few minutes ago put up my episode 13, or my episode 12 review, the finale, alright? So yeah, anyways, alright, let's talk about Dog and Scissors now. Dog and Scissors was directed by Yukio Takahashi, and the music's by Akito Matsuda, and it's by Studio Gonzo, which should say something right there. And it's licensed by Sentai Filmworks, and it originally ran from July 1st, 2013 to September 16th, 2013. And it ran for a total of 12 episodes. Alright. It also has a manga series based on it, which was written by Kaman Oniwa and published by Kodokawa Shoten, and demographic is shonen, no it's not, and magazine is Shonen Ace, and originally ran from May 2012, and it's still ongoing with a total of 3 volumes so far, and it also has a light novel based on it too. Written by Shunsuke Sarai and illustrated by Tetsuhiro Nabeshima, and published by Interbrain, and demographic is male, and imprint is Famitsu Bunko, and originally ran from February 28, 2011, and is still ongoing with a total of 7 volumes so far, plus 2 short story collections. Alright, so now that that's out of the way, let's just get to this then. Dog and Scissors revolves around our main character, Kazuhito Harumi, who is a boy who is obsessed with books and obsessed with reading, and I don't think it ever specifically says this, although it might, but he basically probably aspires to become an author someday as well because of that, because I would assume that he loves to write too. Alright, and his favorite author is Akiyama Shinobu, and his favorite book series of all time is her series, the Deadly Sin series, which is basically where she writes a book about one of the deadly sins, one of the 7 deadly sins, and the last one that she hasn't wrote yet is lust. Alright, you know, she's already wrote Pride, Greed, Gluttony, what are the others? Pride, Greed, Gluttony, I don't remember, but Lust was the last one that she hasn't wrote yet. However, unbeknownst to him, he actually ends up eating at the same restaurant as her, because she is or kind of a bar-like place, I guess, because she is a secret author, meaning nobody knows her true identity. Right, because Akiyama Shinobu is not her real name. Her real name is Kirihime Natsuno. Alright. So unbeknownst to Kazuhito, they end up eating at the same bar type restaurant as one another, and a burglar comes in, and Kazuhito ends up getting shot while trying to stop him, and he ends up being killed in the first episode, no less. Alright. Now this is where it gets kind of weird, and my first complaint actually comes in. The story makes no fucking sense. Now I know this is anime, but usually anime makes some sort of an attempt to explain it, and they didn't. Well, they did, but it was half-assed. Get this. Because of his desire to read Lust when it comes out finally, he gets turned into a dog and becomes the pet of Akiyama Shinobu, aka Kirihime Natsuno. Really? God, that's dumb. They didn't even... And it's such a fucking half-assed explanation too. It's because of his desire to read her final... Well, not about her final book, but the final book in the series. It's just so fucking dumb. So, yeah. As you can tell, the plot is definitely flawed, and this is by Gonzo, so I'm not exactly too fucking surprised here, alright? Then again, Gonzo has made good stuff. Psychono, I fucking love Psychono. I heard Desert Punks was great, but this plot is so fucking flawed. Alright. Most of the characters aren't really aren't really that great either. I mean, Kirihime herself is a what's the word? Oh yes, it's tsundere, and she's one of the main characters, so I assume that she would develop over the course of the series, but nope. Of course not. And, you know, Kazuhito doesn't develop over the course of the series either. This series has no character development. Other notable characters are Madoka, who is Madoka Harumi, who happens to be Kirihime's brother, and Madoka is obsessed over his brother, or obsessed over her brother so much that she doesn't want to be anywhere without him. Alright, and somehow she knows that upon seeing him that Kazuhito is the dog, you know, which it never explains, and also never explains how Kirihime can understand him. There's also the character Suzuna, who happens to be Natsuno's publisher, and you know, and I fucking hate this character. She just creeps me out, alright? There's nothing good about her. And also, she can understand Kazuhito in dog form, and it doesn't explain how she can either. And then there's also what's her name? Hami Oshawa, who's the daughter of a famous author and an extremely apologetic and shy girl who tends to be very insecure about herself, and that she may bother others to the point that she will apologize numerous times and claiming she's better dead, and tried to commit suicide so many times. You know, Hami is an annoying character because of how shy she is, and she never develops also. Alright. And, you know, it's just crazy, really. And, you know, and she knows that Kazuhito is... She can tell that Kazuhito's the dog too, and doesn't explain exactly how. Like, there's so many things in the series that's just not explained. Alright. And it's disappointing, really. Now, one things that are good are the comedy. There are points in this series that are really funny, and I'll have to admit that. And also, there are lots of fight scenes here that are hilarious. Like, this is the only series I've ever seen where you can see a woman fight. See a fight scene with one of them with one person using a pair of scissors that would be Kirihime herself, and the other using a like giant, what would it be, like giant saw, I think it was, or something, which is Madoka, and Kirihime winning. Okay. So yeah. So the comedy is definitely there. Going into the music for the most part is pretty not unmemorable, and the opening and endings are just okay. They're not bad, but they're not good. They're not bad, but they're not good either. They're like in between that, alright? The art isn't too much to speak of. It's tolerable. Like, it's not great. It's not great groundbreaking art, but it's not bad either. And the animation is a mixed bag. Alright, when the series wants to have good animation, it will, like during the fight scenes, and during some of the more emotional scenes, which are very few and far between, mind you. However, the majority of the points, the animation just fucking sucks ass. Like, really. So, yeah, not too much to really say on the animation there. Kinda disappointed in it for the most part. Alright. Alright. Now let's wrap this up, finally. So what did I think of Dog and Scissors in the end? Well, first off, a common criticism that it gets, I actually do have to defend it for, is that Dog and Scissors promotes abusing animals, and I will debunk that with this. Kazuhito isn't actually an animal. He was a person that got turned into an animal. End of fucking discussion. Okay, and I thought that the premise was quite original. I do have to give it that, and it definitely had potential, but see, with Gonzo, they usually have great potential in their series and then completely fucking fail with them. Alright, so, yeah. And there's just so much that was wrong with this series. No character development among any of the characters. Alright, most of the characters were completely unlikable, you know. Kirihime was a pretty decent character, and so was Kazuhito, but they still don't have any character development. Alright, and I really don't know what else I can say about the series, except I don't really recommend it. You know, unless you don't care about the quality of shit that you watch. I'm glad I got to watch it just so I could see what it was like, but I'll probably never watch it again, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna give it a 6.5 out of 10, and because I was definitely disappointed with it. Like, it seemed like it had a really awesome premise, and I was so pumped to watch it. But no, unfortunately, it wasn't able to deliver my expectations. So yeah, too bad, really. Anyways, overall, hope you enjoyed this review, guys. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.